What up, Greater Long Beach? It's Mike.
And JJ.
Welcome back to your home for local sports.
This football video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company.
It's Norwalk, it's Serna, it's a joust of Lancers for the Southern Section Southeastern Division Championship.
Norwalk coming in here 13-0. They've been atop the rankings all year long. I didn't get to go to this game. I was at the Pac-5 title. You said it was pretty good, though, Mike.
JJ, I wish that you'd been at this game with me, and not just because I was really cold and I could have used someone to film. Definitely the better sign goes to Norwalk. Great poster right there. They are taking on the Serna Lancers, who have been to this game 3 years in a row, lost it the last 2 years. Norwalk, heavy dose of the run on the opening drive, a 6.5-minute long drive. No big plays, just ramming it down their throat. And then on fourth down, Jacob Carr, Rashad Penny. Buckle in, guys, because this game's going to get weird.
Well, you've shown me nothing I haven't seen already. Norwalk, long drive, Rashad Penny, touchdown. Like, duh, that's what happens.
That's basically what happens. You would have liked this Serna offense, a hurry-up attack captained by quarterback Frankie Palmer. It was exhausting just to watch and, frankly, very challenging to film because they got up to the line of scrimmage, they snapped it. You see here how quick everything happened as Palmer with the announcer called it a draw. It's not a draw.
No,
it's
that's
just a sprint keeper.
Yeah, that's not even a sneak. That's just run.
And
Palmer, run.
Yeah, Palmer, run. He keeps it on the keeper, and he goes in, and they get the extra point. So they actually take a 7-6 lead here late in the first quarter. These are the first two drives of the game, and there's 3 minutes left. But right back at it, Penny with a fingertip 30-yard catch. He had 3 of Norwalk's 4 receptions on the night. Because, as you said, that's just what he does.
I mean, yes, of course. Great crowd on hand. Penny held up here on third down. Again, Norwalk decides to go for it. Again, that's nothing new, like we said. And, of course, they're going to get it. Well, maybe not that time.
Yeah, I thought he reached over. I thought he did have it, but they're going to hold him back. And, fourth down. Well, that's all Norwalk does is go for it on fourth down. And, of course, I think everyone in the building knew it's going to Rashad Penny. And this time they were not going to be able to hold him up. He's under there somewhere, trust me.
Doesn't that make their offense more impressive that really you do know what's coming and then you can't stop it? That makes it more impressive to me.
It does to me, too. And I think if you look at all of his catches in this video and everything he was doing, I mean, everyone knew. There's no misdirection. Here, a little misdirection. The 2-point conversion, the sprint by Christopher Walker around the end, and he gets in.
Oh, so Chris Walker is a good man.
And thorough. Walker, the small but mighty alert, getting some pats on top of his head. That 2-point conversion negates the missed extra point. So they're up 14-7, but they just couldn't keep contained on Palmer, who kept finding ways to get around the edge.
He's deceivingly quick. I mean, the guy with legs that short, you don't think to be that fast, but he can get around the edge there, and so they have to settle for this field goal, right?
And then you think, okay, this is where Norwalk starts building their lead. This is going to be a big deal that they hold him to this field goal, and it is up, and it is good. But a roughing the kicker penalty gives them the option of taking the points off the board, which they elect to do.
No, you never take the points off the board.
Unless you know you can put them right back on again.
Okay, yeah, wait, never mind.
Sure enough, Kevin Ramos for the score. That ties it at 14, a huge, costly penalty on the Lancers. And then they're stopped on their next drive right before halftime, but even worse, the snap on the punt goes over Penny's head. That's going to give Serna the ball on the 10. With less than a minute to go in the half, you just can't give the other team a chance like that.
Yeah, and face to Palmer, or Palmer to Facer, either way, Serna takes a 21-14 lead. What could have been at halftime, you got to breathe, stretch, shake, and let this one go right now.
Well, I had to get up to the press box to get warm because it was definitely getting cold, but right back at it. Defense coming up huge for Norwalk.
One mistake deserves another in a game like this, right?
Definitely, and Samuel Gomez capitalizes, picks the ball up for Norwalk. This was the kind of play their defense couldn't really get in the first half, so they're obviously fired up.
Fourth down. Guess what's coming?
I don't know, JJ, you tell me. You think they're going to go for it on fourth down? This is a Norwalk football game after all, and sure enough, they do pick it up. Coach Seniceros once again picks that up. But they say a bad penny always turns up. This great penny always shows up. What
no way.
A catch. I'm completely serious. We will have a replay coming. But he drew a defensive pass interference flag and still made the catch. That is going to give them a 22-21 lead.
Because his butt was in bounds, or did he?
He drops the right knee.
Oh.
Just perfectly.
Unbelievable.
Defense digging in. Nick Fernandez with the sack. Juventino Liera falls on top of it. It's once again going to be a big turnover for that Norwalk defense.
The Purple People Eaters coming up with the big turnovers, and like I said, man, you got a crowd tonight. I thought I got a crowd.
No, it was nice. It was a great turnout for both teams. Penny is going to rip off a 61-yard little trickeration touchdown right now, and that gets the crowd really believing because now they've got a 29-21 lead with 7 minutes left in this game. But later in the game, Norwalk ball again. Think about this, because there's so many twists and turns in the game. What if Serna had recovered this fumble? That might have actually tipped the game to Norwalk.
Well, Norwalk's driving for the put-away score, right?
Yes, and it looked like they were going to get it, JJ, on this field goal. Less than 3 minutes remaining. This is 2 plays after that fumble was recovered, but it's blocked.
Double thump?
Double thumpage in the championship. Kevin Ramos scoops it, and he's going to take it all the way back to the house, my friend.
Okay, I saw the tweet, but I didn't really believe that he scooped and scored. Oh, my goodness.
On a straight line, too.
Oh, my goodness.
No Mike Tomlin action. They do still need the 2-point conversion, and you don't need a fortune teller to know Palmer's keeping this thing himself, and he gets in to tie it on the 2-point conversion dive. It's 29-29.
I see what you're saying about that fumble now, because if they recover it, maybe a little more time comes off the clock.
Maybe they don't get that, they don't run it back 90 yards, certainly. So 29-29, 2 minutes left. A last gasp for Norwalk. Both teams would have another shot to end this thing before overtime. Oh, but Penny.
How did he get so open? He's still wearing the same jersey, right? They know it's him.
Ran by everybody. And then they couldn't haul it in, though. Field goal try for Serna. Everybody here thinking Auburn, Alabama. Obviously, it does fall short, but it's not returnable because it's in the end zone, so we are going to overtime. And, I mean, what else do you want, man? Overtime for a championship in the CIF?
Yeah, we live for this stuff.
Rashad Penny lives for these opportunities, too. He's running hard all game long, but he is hurt on this play. You see him grabbing his knee. And then on third down, he tries to put himself back in. Coach Cenicero calls him to the side and says, hey, man, that's not your call. You got to trust your teammates to pick up that first down.
Perfect example of Norwalk team first football. Love it.
Carr, the quarterback, picks this one up. Good for the first down before he's tackled. And then he is going to keep it for the touchdown.
That's not a car. That's a truck.
But the extra point wide right. So, 35-29 lead. This is 3rd and 5 for Serna. Palmer looking for yet another big play in this game. And remember, even if they score the touchdown, they need that extra point, but the extra point would win it for him. He gets the big completion. You know, obviously, close to the goal line, he's going to be the one to keep it, and he gets the touchdown. So an extra point wins this championship for Serna, JJ. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, in a game like this, I mean, obviously it's just going to go right through, right?
Certainly not. Rashad Penny, of all people.
No way.
Rashad Penny comes up with the block. It's 35-35. We're going to double overtime.
What?
And Carr is going to roll out and find Dylan Fa'amata'u.
So at this point, Norwalk's feeling like, well, now we're definitely going to win, right?
Certainly. And I think when this ball was in the air, they probably felt like that too, but Penny can't quite haul that one in. Jorge Perez, his last field goal attempt was blocked and returned for that touchdown.
Hardest thing to do as a kicker.
But he puts this one through, JJ, and it's 38-35 to keep the pressure on Serna. However, here's where the Norwalk defense steps up again. This incompletion is going to bring up 4th. They decide to go for it. It's 4th and 4. They need those 4 yards.
They could just kick the field goal and tie it and send it to another overtime, though, right?
But they decide not to. Coach asked his team what they want to do. They said, let's go for it. So, Palmer, working left, rolling right, sees Matthew Rosales, rushes the pass. If he catches this, Serna wins a championship. If he doesn't, Norwalk wins a championship. And he brings it in. It was really that close for a CIF title after 14 weeks of work.
Wow, I just watched it and I still don't believe it.
It really was one for the ages, just an incredible game. Obviously, everyone buzzing about it. 3rd time the charm for Serna. We mentioned those Lancers lost this championship the last 2 years. And certainly, you just can't imagine a more painful way to lose a championship for Norwalk.
No matter what side of the ball you're on, you just hug somebody after a game like that.
Definitely. I think everyone needs some therapy, and we are happy to tag along with that. Obviously, one of the craziest football seasons we've had in quite some time here, and it's still rolling along. So for all that coverage, keep it right here.